Why do I want to start this one off by smiling so much? Okay, here's the pile selection. I don't think we're going to be doing a collective today, but I have an extra item for each if you want to see that in a bit. But if you just want to choose with these three, then we have this black and white butterfly. I think it's called a large white. You can also see the, I think that's the frozen. Maybe the opposite of frozen. Hardened blood. I found him just earlier. I didn't like go and kill one. That's pile 1. Pile 2 is this azurite and malachite. And pile 3 is this I forgot what they're called, but it used to be on my phone. Sticky part, it's now dry. Do be unstuck. Okay, and then pile 1 also has the black and white scrunchie, which used to be a trouser leg. And then pile 2 also has my really, really special card that I don't even feel hesitant showing, which I love. I thought I might, but this is my special card that's not in any of my decks. I just keep it out beside me. And I resonate with it being home. Or representing home. Why did I take this back? I guess I'll do that. Show them each individually, then put them all out. Wonder why. Maybe it's like that each pile is like specifically very different. Or maybe there's just a message in that. I don't know. Then pile 3 is this shell. Golden shell. Which I'm remembering how it used to smell. Like when I found it, it had a really strong smell to it. It wasn't necessarily the nicest, but it was like surprisingly I wasn't off put by it. It just was like, wow. I don't think it smells anymore though. I had to then like, so I smelled it like this. Smell, 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 smell. But then just to check if I was just smelling my fingers or the shell, then I had to change it into the other hand. And then I smelled my fingers and I was like, okay, yeah, that was my fingers that have that smell. And I think it was this incense that I had been handling. Okay. Take those as messages as you see applies if you should desire. Do. Okay, so that's pile 1 is extra, pile 2 is extra, and pile 3 is extra. Ring! Hey, pile 3 has 2 circles. I really want to like, what do you call that? Yeah! Fling-a-ding, bing-ba-dum-ba-dum, Scooby. Okay. See you at your piles. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, welcome in pile 1. Ooh, my voice wanted to go really, really soft for you. I love that. Oh, this is going to be a nice reading. I like that already. There's a sense of creating like a security blanket kind of feeling for like a little cozy nest for the butterfly. This could be a sense of like putting something to rest, because this is a dead butterfly, and I'm really noting that. I feel like it's very apparent that it has the blood showing, so it's like more so talking about the death of a situation as opposed to the life of it, like seeing transformation as one side or the other, and this is more of like the left side, more of the releasing side. You might feel a bit in between and yet the black is being like highlighted of the white and black, just like the blood is being highlighted, which is interesting because it's yellow blood. I don't know what that means in this context yet, but I also want to note that I'm feeling a bit like I'm shaky. You might have just recently let go of someone, whether that be through their like physical passing, or you let go of them out of your life, and you might still be feeling quite jarred or emotional surrounding that. I want to get an animal card for you. I think there's a lot of love here. Yeah, but mostly I just want to cry. I just noted the time was 555 then, which feels like a strong essence of movement, of change, of something no longer being the same. This may be hitting you more than you expected it to, or maybe you just weren't expecting anything and it just is simply hitting you. But I do feel like there's something about how this butterfly, I feel like it has a tinge of green on it, and to my mind now it's like that's surprising. So I think there's something about the impact that this has on your heart is quite surprising. It's like, yes, it fits, and yes, you can understand it, but also there's an element of mystery to it still, and there's a feeling of like, I don't quite understand what all of this is, or maybe feeling quite in the dark, or it feels quite light too though, which is interesting. There's just a lot of processing that you're currently going through. Okay, we have fly. It feels a bit similar to the butterfly. You know what, this could even be trying to represent butterfly, because I don't have a butterfly card in here. And that could be significant for you too. Like something trying to display itself like a butterfly because you don't have the actual thing. So that makes me think of like having something that represents the one that you've lost, or the experience that you've lost, or the old way of life, like carrying something with you, like a memento kind of thing. Or you know, when you get the ashes of some beings that have died, it's a feeling like something like that, and like creating somewhat of like a sacred remembrance for them. This also does remind me of a tomb. That word is coming to mind. I'm trying to think of another one. Back of the deck is right whale, but that was upside down. I don't know if that means something. The words right or whale could be significant to you. Just take that if you feel like it resonates. A grave. That's what I was trying to say, that this makes me think of like putting them to rest. There's definitely a sense of wanting to do things in a meaningful way, or like not rush out of this energy you're in. I feel like you're really allowing yourself to just experience what you're currently in, to really just feel this experience. That came from me noting how I didn't want to be too harsh or like jump to get the stuff. It's like I wanted to be gentler. So there could be a strong message for you of being gentler with yourself, or just being gentle with yourself at this time. Or maybe I want to say not at this time, but surrounding this matter. I feel like someone wanted to see the right whale again. I'll just put it there. There's something about this that clicks into place, because the right whale, when I found it, it was like, that's... it's like that whale felt like, I don't know, like a normality to it. It's like it wasn't really normal of a whale, but it felt like I resonated with that kind of whale more than any other kind, I think. Something along those lines. I had something along the lines of like, you found something you can really trust, or like this being or that which you lost was something you could really trust, or something. I feel like it's maybe that for some of you, but for others of you it's like, yeah, kind of that, but more along the lines of like, I think you found more trust within yourself through this experience, or more trust in life. Okay, I don't think this will apply for everyone, but the example is coming through of you having lost people before, but losing this loss, like your experience changed in some way, and maybe this hasn't only allowed you to find more peace in this passing, but also in all the other passings too. I feel like there's a strong sense of like not needing to think about anything else, but just experiencing what's coming up for you from this. Yeah, that's what this feels like here too. It's like bubbling yourself in so that you can, I know I'm kind of just repeating it, but just really experience what is right here. The death that you're experiencing through this death. Maybe it's not even something you can point to outside of yourself and say, this has died in my life. Maybe lots of you can, but maybe it's more of like maybe it's easier just to see it in an internal way for some of you. But for all of you, I do feel a sense of like kind of cocooning yourself for a while, or for however long feels right for you. Allow your emotions to flow naturally. You might be seeing loads of synchronicities to do with this too. Maybe butterflies are a synchronicity for you, or maybe black and white, or grey. Okay, what's at the back of the deck? Yeah, this is like the card I associate with like the word sacred, I think. There's such like an honoring feeling throughout this reading. And really allowing your heart to guide you through this process. I think it's like creating your heart as the central point of this transformation. I do see lightness around you a lot. Maybe you're more connected to angels at this time, or light beings, or other beings that maybe you're not often as connected to. Maybe particular spirit guides. There's a feeling of feeling very connected with the universe, I'll say, or with like a particular energy that maybe you're often connected to, but this just has really heightened for you. Yeah, I think I looked up at like 1414, but it's kind of more like I looked up at 1414 but only noticed it when it was like 1416 or 1415. So there's a sense of like feeling a bit out of time or out of sync, and yet you're also recognizing the synchronicities in general. You're noticing the connectivity you feel surrounding this. There's something in me wanting to like scrape the uneven part of this off. It's like it's a bit jolted or a bit... I heard the word enmeshed. It's a bit rough around the edges. Ooh. A lot of you are really going through the emotions. Okay, I'll explain what I'm currently experiencing. I have a couple messages to say. I think 2 of them are more gentle or in this heavier energy still, and then another one is much lighter. I don't fully see any of them yet, but I kind of recognize them, and I think there's something in that for you very strongly, like not seeing something with like full viscosity or full like clarity, but still definitely knowing that you're seeing it. And yeah, I feel like I can't get at that yet because so my voice is so shaky. Because I feel like I want to keep this card out, this back of the deck out, but there's no room for it, and I don't feel like bringing the camera up, and I just want to cry. I'm sending you so many hugs. Though of course you need not take them if you don't want to. Okay. There's just such a holding feeling. See how this card is so holding, just like the cloth, what's this called? Scrunchie surrounding the butterfly. And there's like this rose budding in the center, but it also looks like an egg, holding an egg. And that's so connecting continually through the same shape of your heart, that which you're holding, that which you know, that which you feel the love. Yes, budding, but that word might not really fully apply. You feel that rippling out, and you feel the expansion of that in so many more layers of reality, so many more expressions of life. And yet these lines are like, it's like, yes, as much as it's going out, you feel that receiving, and you feel poured into too. There's a sense that this release, this death, feels like it's like filling you up just as much as it is letting go of parts of you too. It really does feel like you're in like a reshaping process. And it's kind of unexpected in that something maybe seemingly outside of yourself happening is so changing like the inner makeup of who you are. There's so much connectivity here. I feel like you feel very seen, inside and out. This card on the right I associate with like namaste peanut butter. Namaste. It's like something that you reshaped your relationship with is meeting you in a new expression, a new form. I just can't unsee this as like on the ground and in ether, or like internal versus external, but or like just 1 and 2, or like 1 and 1. It's like there's a meeting. It's like there's a meeting in the middle, the I. I think you see yourself in this. I think the death has created a closer bond. It's different, but it feels closer. Maybe that's where some of like the clouded or unsureness is coming from, because maybe it's like an interesting feeling to have like lost something but feel more connected to it. It's like the feeling of like loosening your hand's grip allows in more of it. More of love. It's like instead of like fist bumping someone, it's like their fist going away enabled your fist to then open this space, and that then allows them to fall into, or their essence to then flood into your open hand. I'm gonna drink some water, then I'll get to the other messages. I didn't realize how thirsty I was and still. Something about in still, maybe. Until I started drinking. Maybe that's interesting. It's like I saw the message and then it completely went. And that happens a lot in readings, but this felt significant. It felt like that, like I can't grip this anymore feeling. But it's really opening my eyes. Or it's like I'm experiencing that which I could once touch in my own eyes. It almost feels like I'm viewing the world through their eyes. Or through the old eyes. I was just thinking how this won't be a specific person for everyone, but I hope you can shift the messages to fit no matter what it is you have lost or changed. I mean, any changes is a loss. Okay. It doesn't feel time for the lighter message yet. I don't even know why I'm referring it to the lighter message. It's just to do with the scrunchie. Oh, it so fits though. I'm gonna get a number card for you. There's something about the rain. For those of you who feel drawn to this, you could intend for it to rain, or when it next rains, you might particularly want to go for a walk in it, or just go outside in it. We have 44, which is really interesting, and 10 popping out. Oh, for those of you who have come from the egg readings recently, this one, I didn't realise, this is the one that looks most like an egg. And it's kind of funny that it's also a number 1/0. Okay. And a 99. And yeah, so what's interesting about the 44 card is that it came in reverse, which A is still like 44 if you swap 4 and 4 around. Oh, and 99 at the back. Worms could be significant. This looks like a worm and a sun. Oh, it's interesting. It's like it's not a sunrise or a sunset. And it makes me think of the Dagaz rune. Maybe I'll get some runes for you in a bit. But what this made me think of was like some sort of structure. It's like because the synchronicity, or because the like some sense of like divinity was upside down, or because of the like flip-flopness of this, or maybe that is just like a death, like the physical releasing, and then it's somehow that feels like opposite. Like maybe some of you here resonate with heaven, so I'm seeing it like going from earth to heaven, something along those lines. it's like because of the flip-flop, it provides a new sense of structure. It provides something else to lean on. It's a new type of synchronicity. It's a new type of like universal holding, or a new connection to spirit, or a new connection to life. No, but I feel like it's not life as a whole. That could be true for you, but this feels like it's more saying like your connection to like a particular viewpoint, or it's like spirit in particular. I'm not sure. Maybe that message just fits very individually for all of you. I don't know why I'm struggling on words in that part. Maybe that's the part that you're lacking as much clarity in. Like, what actually is this? Or like these changes I'm feeling, or what the repercussions of the changes, like what actually is that? Yeah, I feel like you could get into your mind then, and I feel like that's a trail that you're quite excited to follow. I'm not sure if you're at that point yet. Maybe some of you are, but yeah, there's somewhat of like a readiness or an eagerness coming from you to explore more of what this could be, or has opened your eyes to. Something along those lines. It's like there's a feeling of there being a path forwards. Okay. Wings could be significant. I'm being really drawn into the fly's wings. I want to say something along the lines of their opalescence. Maybe piano could be significant too. Or keyboards. Oh, that really fits for someone. The keyboards, not the piano. Okay, maybe seeing things in the sky too. I'm looking outside and it's not like I'm actually seeing anything in the sky, but it's like I'm being shown that there is something in the sky that I'm not seeing. And I keep seeing loads of dandelion seeds fly by for you. I think you're really getting so many synchronicities. And there's like extra confirmation on like the timing of them, because it's not like you're seeing like a sign from an angel, for example, like randomly. It's like, oh, I'm seeing that sign from the angel just in the moment that I'm thinking of this thing in particular, kind of thing. Okay. Yeah, and this brings me back to a sense of like finding your new normal, or maybe something that was once obvious to you that you're coming back to, or like a circling around again to like what your new normal is, to like to what your eyesight is now. Fly always makes me think of perspective. I'm being shown to compare fly with dragonfly right now, because dragonfly also makes me think of perspective, but fly is so much like deeper. It feels less like it's jumping into every perspective and more I kind of want to get a bird card for this. Oh, that bird fits for you. What is he? A crested lark. You could look up the symbolism of that if you're interested. There's something about like I don't know what that's called, the feathers on the head that are sticking up. Head crown could be significant. Maybe that's a synchronicity for some of you. Oh no! I started shuffling them like together. Ah! Get out of here. Okay, that brain foggled me. brain... Okay, interesting. The word brain blunder is coming through, but that's like an actual thing, isn't it? I was not looking for real words. Thank you very much. Okay. Yeah, I feel like your brain starts to get into like deciphering mode. Quite like it. Oh, I love this combo. Okay, we have Dipper. I'm gonna have to look up the spiritual meaning of that right now. I want to say I accidentally got my laptop out during these readings. I was gonna listen to music, but then my ears hurt from having my earphones in for too long, and I was like, I won't. And the song that was next in the queue was When You Say Nothing at All. I think that's what it's called. Wait, it's right there. Yes, When You Say Nothing at All. And I was like, that just kind of fits with like, okay, I won't have music. I'll have nothing saying things to me. Then we have Magpie, and is this Carrion Crow? Yeah. Where do we put him? There. No, let's put him up there. Wow, Carrion Crows are the coolest. They also have a normal feeling to me. Like, Rooks, super weird. Ravens, a bit too, like, elongated to be able to call normal. Or, like, they just have, like, a bit too much to call normal. It's like they're too rectangular. Carrion Crows are, like, more square. I don't actually think that, but just compared to ravens. Yeah, and then jackdaws are just like little chompered squinglies. What do you call that? Munchkin guys. And like ravens are like elongated rectangles, but then what was the one I just said? Oh yeah, jackdaws are like squished rectangles in the other direction. And yeah, so right whale and carrion crows, they both feel very normal. I don't know what that feeling here is. I think that's the feeling of being really seen, because it's not like normal objectively, it's just normal to me. And so there's this feeling with the 44 upside down too, and even the fly gives me that. All of this feels like this experience has really made you feel seen in a way that allows you to relax into like more of the earth below you. It's like it shattered some of your old foundation, and that had been like elevated above the earth, and now it's like you're able to fall more into the real ground, into, well, I mean, define real, but more into your true ground. More into, I don't even want to say true ground. I feel like there's a sense of, I don't know how to explain this. I'll just say falling into a new ground. A new normal for you. Okay. I don't know what the significance of this is, but the artist or the band Voila is coming to mind. Like, not a particular song, it's just the artists. I don't know whether to call... Okay, maybe this is to do with it. I don't know whether to call it or them artist or artists with an S, because it's two of them, but to my knowledge, it's two of them, but it's like they're under one name. It's like one band, but two individuals. And that feels like this, in that you might be feeling very, very united with this essence. Like the picture here, it's like this one eye, and yet there's two flowing into it. And with all of the like black and white symbolisms here. Okay, yeah, this ties into that lighter message that I was saying. And we're in a lighter energy now, so it feels much better to be beginning on that here. I just made a face then, like, what am I even talking about? What is that energy? I don't know. Maybe we'll get to it. Oh, it's a little bug thing. I will look up dipper meaning, because I don't know that. Where was I at? Okay, basically, no, I'll look up dipper meaning now. Give me moments. Laptop is on the left. I don't know why I wanted to say, hey. Left. That's what I was gonna say. Why did I want to say left? And then I was like, oh yeah, right whale. It is a feeling of that, like this togetherness, like having left and right. I like how I just went left and right. For those of you not watching, I showed my right hand when I said left, and left when I showed my right hand. That's the same thing. This all feels like that. It's like it's the same thing. It's like two sides of the same coin. It's the same coin. And like a resonance with both sides too. It's like you really do feel... I feel like the word connected doesn't really do justice here. And even the word or the maybe tarot card, justice, it feels very dual natured. It's making me think of temperance too. But temperance does not fit here. Even like it would logically maybe, but I don't like it in energy here. Okay, I will look at Mr. Dipper now. Google. Dipper bird spiritual meaning. The dipper bird. Can you hear? I'll read it myself and then. Well, I'll read it aloud down here and then relay what makes sense. So don't worry if you can't hear me. The dipper bird or water ouzel. Is that how you say it? Ouzel? I like that. Water ouzel. Holds spiritual meanings of transformation, adaptability, and emotional depth. Yeah, I'm almost viewing it like a fish right now. Pisces could be significant due to its unique ability to dive, walk underwater, and sing in fast-flowing, clear mountain streams. It symbolizes the ability to handle emotions, embrace a leap of faith, and maintain purity of spirit. Interesting. Okay, so we have themes of transformation, emotional processing or depth, and purity. I think that word purity is particularly present because I think the large white butterfly also symbolizes purity as well as transformation. And then that green touch to it also is that heart. I'm very curious also about how the magpie is looking left and then the carrion crow is looking right. It's like they're looking towards one another. The dipper energy feels like the connectivity between the two. But they also are. It's like even though they're looking towards one another, it's from different placements. Like, for example, through spirit. Like, that connectivity to the groundedness, but also to the quote-unquote ungroundedness too. And remove the quotations should you desire to. Okay. Oh yeah, so the message I was going to say was, I was drawn before to how this scrunchie is from my old trousers that at some point I said I think they were my favourite trousers. And while that may be partially true, I don't relate these to my favourite trousers, but the trousers I do relate to being my favourites are the ones I'm wearing now. And these ones that the ones I'm wearing now are like a blend of black and white, aka grey. But this is like, your reading has a lot of black and white in it. But my favourite is the blending of the two, which just feels like this. Also something maybe about having little holes in them. the holy trousers, which feels like that sense of divinity. I want to like hone in more on the like pure aspect of this. I'm not sure how yet. I'm gonna get a character card for that. I also want to note how sometimes I like when I'm seeing little creatures in the reading, but right now I don't like that the little bug is there. I'm not sure what that's on about. And this card is the one I'm wanting to get, but it like is kind of gripping. It's not really wanting to be brought out. It's Yui. I did mention music in your pile too, so music could be significant for you. Maybe you hear them in music, or music helps you connect. The back of the deck is Yotsuba. I haven't coloured her yet, but Yotsuba's the best. She has the best expressions. And it's making me think of communication, because this is from like a Line sticker. Line is a platform that you can communicate on. And I used to send loads of these to my brother. We would send them back and forth. So it's like something about communication. I can't get off that. I think I need to pull that out here. Oh, interesting. I'm wanting to like put it on top of the bug, covering it up. Actually, I think it's more just saying that's the same energy of like the, no. She's unhappy. And I feel like this is one of the particular ones that I felt like this is very much in an unfinished energy, because I have recently drawn some more character cards, but it's like some of them felt like Noi here. She felt like she could stay black and white. I felt more like this is a picture, but this Yotsuba, it felt more like a really roughed out sketch. I don't know, there's something about how the eyes, okay, because we spoke a bit about eyes before. There was something about how her eyes like weren't as full form, like they weren't fully filled in, and that when I paint it, it will be more definitive, it will be more shown, defined. I'm not seeing a message. I think some of you will know what that means, but I don't see how it relates with everyone. This music, this Yui card is also just making me think of angels again. Just like higher forms of singing is what I'm gonna say. Choirs could be possibly significant. But I think there's something about her clumsiness coming through. And there's a strong sense, I think, maybe primarily from this card, of allowing like the rhythm of this. Like maybe something to do with like the flow, something about like the maybe expression of emotions. Yeah, okay. I think that music or some sort of artistry could help you express these like Yotsuba emotions of difficulty. Whether that be in reflections of it, like listening to music could help you process your feelings, or creating music or creating other art forms. Maybe since this has to do with line, maybe writing. But I want to bring it back to any sort of art form that feels like it helps you express perhaps your resistance, the resistance to this death of sorts, or the resistance to your lack of connectivity feeling, or maybe the connectivity feeling, but I think it's more to do with the lack. Okay, I'm gonna end your reading there, pile one. I will see you in another reading if I do, and if not, I will see you through the essence of love. Everywhere, in all moments of all time, in all creation. Okay, bye-bye. Flap, flap, flop, poo. Let's have Katra on the top. I love Katra. Yeah, that's a phone. He's holding a phone. More of that communication essence flooding through. I don't think it's flooding through. I think it's just like like gently walking through. Not whopping. I want whopping. Gently whopping through. I wanted like a, not prancing, like the opposite of prancing. It's like it's just walking, like really slow prancing. Yeah, you might feel kind of half-formed in some way. I was just noticing my expression felt like I was like 10% saying something and then going and saying something else 100%, which felt a bit that like an essence of still having more to express or to work through. That work through phrase fits for some of you, but you don't need to take that. You can maybe take more of a different descriptive word like processing, if that fits more for you personally. I didn't get runes. I'll get runes for those of you who are left. The right ones have gone. I'll put this on my arm. Something about like under the hoodie. And maybe that's drawing me to the holes on this too. All the best things have holes. There's something also about how this butterfly, it looks like there's one side, two sides, and then the center that is just one. There are two parts to the middle part, but it just looks like one piece. One piece? I'm hearing that like the anime this time. That could be a significant anime for you. Oh, that felt a bit distasteful then. Some of you didn't like that. I shall put the butterfly away. I wonder if I'll keep him around. I'm thinking I'll take it back outside to decompose, but oh, I don't know, be taken by life before it takes mine. The runes, that's what it was. I saw the Anzus rune. Hey, which also speaks to communication, but like a divine sort of communication, or I don't know, I don't want to say that, and I also don't want to say divine communication, because now I'm thinking, well, is not every communication divine? Ugh, a part of me hates that. A part of me thinks that's so cringy. But a part of me loves it. I am both. I am both. Yeah, that both energy feels like it's coming through strongly. Ding ding. Okay, so we have Suwilo, Thurisaz, and Tiwaz. Yeah, just those three. This could be past, present, future. Life, the death, the killing of that life, and the resurrection of that life. Or the newfound truth in the death, in the destruction. But also I'm thinking this is more about it's like using the force which feels like it's against you for you. Using, for example, pain or emotions of distress that feel like they're somewhat destructive to bring more clarity to the truth you feel. Allowing it to be a part of you, but not, I'm seeing it more as an expression than like holding it in. It's more of like understanding the parts of you that this is coming from through its expression. Vibrancy. I think it's not like quite talking about the pure self. What is this one about? It feels quite like life force energy and creative energy. I feel like I have to sit with this one for a bit to really get into it. Maybe that's how you feel too. Maybe to do with the expression of these emotions in particular, or like getting to the emotions, or getting to your sense of self. Maybe there's a lot of that clouded energy, and so it takes a bit for you to really settle into really understanding that which you're experiencing. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna end that there. Cool. See ya. I would love to be ya in another lifetime. There's something of that expression. I felt a bit weird saying it, but also like I liked it. But also like a feeling of like saying it maybe forcefully or like not genuinely. So there could be something about maybe trying to force expressions surrounding this, or like trying to make yourself feel a certain way that actually you don't really resonate with. So this is a call to like having an openness to finding what you feel as opposed to trying to direct what you feel. Expression as opposed to like controlling. Yeah. Not needing to be so direct, but allowing yourself to discover. Yeah, discovering your present truth, and maybe how that present truth ripples out into the past and future too. Or into just different expressions of the self, or of the life, of a life, a life force. Okay, now I'm really gonna leave. Pile 2, get in here before Pile 1 makes me speak more. Bye bye, I love you, Pile 1. Okay, Pile 2. I almost want to bring the candle in. And that almost has become enough to really do it. Bum bum bum. Should I put it in the middle? Wing. Okay, it's an orange. This is the green. Oh, okay, that actually looks like an orange. Why did that make me laugh so much? It didn't make me laugh a lot. I just think that maybe my laugh sounds like I'm laughing a lot. Maybe it's just comparative. Like, a laughing a lot to me is way, way extremely to some others. And maybe my like little laugh is like, whoa, that's a lot to some others. I feel suddenly bouncy. I feel like I should begin, but I don't want to begin yet. Welcome in, Pal 2. There's a little bit of like a bopping up and down, or somewhat of like a, I don't quite want to say excitement, but there's a flow here. I felt like I was getting messages for you quite fluidly, but I also didn't want to start the reading. I kind of had to like push myself to start it. There's something about home strongly in your reading, and also about maybe collaboration or a sense of togetherness. And I wanted to bring this candle in, I'm wanting to say like not with intention, just for play. Maybe play is becoming an intention of yours, or maybe intention is irrelevant. I feel like you're excited, but I still also feel like I'm hovering, or like I'm not really like opening to the excitement. It's like I still feel like a sense of stillness, or like a sense of staticness. Guarded, perhaps guarded. I was thinking about how this looks like an orange, this candle, like the circle being orange. Maybe something maybe more like a peach. I don't know. That's giving like a gentle energy, and I'm thinking of Peaches from Ice Age, who is a child. At one point, I'm wanting to say, at one point she's a child. It's just giving very soft energy. Yeah, oh, that's so cute. You know, like the fur of like a puppy, or the fur of like a small creature. It's like so soft. That's in your reading. That's the coolest. Some of you, it's like a festive energy, or you're like celebrating something, and it is bringing in a lot of homely feeling. But there's I haven't said yet, it's like this circle is the orange, and then the top is the stem, which is green. Okay, that took a lot to get out. Now I think I shall take it out of view, but close enough that it still is like in the energy of the reading, which you can't really take any energy out of the reading. The entirety of life is in this reading, but it just depends on how zoomed in you are, or what perspective you take. Correlating that to your reading could be interesting. The feeling of home, a feeling of always having home, is the obvious message to take from that. Home is where the heart is, or home is where the family is, or home is where the fill in the blank is. I actually want to put this, oh my goodness. For those of you who are coming from other egg readings, voila, looks like an egg. And I said voila in the earlier pile too, but not in the same way, not purposefully. Well, purposefully in the previous pile, but this time was unpurposefully so. There's something so much about like falling into some things here, like non-intentionally finding joy, or unintentionally finding home, or finding pleasure. And maybe there's a bit of frustration around that, because I'm finding myself being a bit grumpy about that. Grumpy. Okay, let's get some more cards. Actually, let's get some cards, full stop, because this is the foundation. This one doesn't count as a card to me. This is more of like an image. Oh, interesting. The same two cards that came out for pile 1, except they came out so differently. Yeah, there's so much about like the how for you. It's not the what, it's the how. Howser? Question mark. Now I'm thinking of Hauser. Like S-I-R, sir. Not just like an elongated home house. But maybe both. Okay, and we have Renge. Interesting. I tried to redo Renge's eyes yesterday, and I think I feel like I called Renge Renka, which is my own character, not this character who's from an anime called, or manga called Non Nonbiri. Yeah, and in a reading the other day, I had like a sudden revelation. This feels very relevant for your reading. Having a sudden revelation that something you used to know, or no, I'm just gonna say it more normally. I think there's something so like easy to get caught up in this energy. Yeah, I just realized suddenly, like, oh wait, I'm pretty sure I was saying Renka was her name in a video the other day. It's Renge. Renchon, but I'm pretty sure I said Renchon, which is interesting, which feels like it fits here somehow, because Renchon would be able to fit Renka and Renge, so it's like I was half correct. And I even remember having tinges of like, is that really her name? Or like when I said Renchon, it's like that fit more, which yes, applies to the Renka, but also the Renge, which is the actual name. So you might be getting like correct conclusions, but coming from the wrong solutions or the wrong place. It's like somehow you're ending up in the right place, but not really because of something you've done, or not really because of like what you're trying to get, or yeah, it feels very divinely led in that it's like no matter what you did, you're being directed in the way which is most, I'm hearing like safe or most spiritually aligned is coming to mind. Something find. There could be something about that word find. I was just thinking because it rhymed and I had, did that also rhyme? See, I feel like I could get so wrapped up in this energy, but I'm not really flowing with it still. I feel like you're feeling like a joy, but then a resistance to that joy. And maybe that resistance isn't even like uncalled for, but it just is bringing clarity to that. Okay. I'm feeling like I'm gonna get frustrated until I get a move on more. Okay, the back of the deck, oh, the deck cut to this. And the way I said that, it's like, made it sound like it cut to that on its own. Like I didn't cut the deck. Which feels like this essence of very much being led. And a resistance to that. Hey, there's 2 musical instruments here. And then the center is like, ah, no. And I'm even hearing, looking at it like Yotsuba is holding her hands over her ears. Trying to not hear the 2 instruments playing beside her. Okay, there's a small message. This won't be for everyone, I feel. Maybe it metaphorically does fit, but I can't see it. I just got the example of a masculine figure who is in the center of 2 feminine figures who are being very, like, opinionated, or who are talking a lot, or who are playing music. And it's just so much, and it's like too much, and don't want to listen anymore. Something along those lines. Okay, let's get more messages, because I feel a bit like I'm dilly-dallying. I feel like this is your energy. You want to get a move on now. You want to make more progress, or something along those lines. But I think there's a call to sit back, because like, because you're in a chariot. You're being moved. Because I think if you were to try and move forwards right now, you'd be doing so in like the wrong direction. It could be the right direction in your mind, but it's like the chariot might circle round left first and then go to the direction you're seeing. But because it's a chariot, it moves faster. Or it just, I don't know, there's like such a difference in the way you're going to be carried that there's like an unavoidable feeling here. Destiny has it in for you in the most wonderful, magical way possible. I think just you might be resisting that a bit. Okay, I'm gonna put the camera thing viewpoint up a bit, which feels like it might tie into the next part of the reading. I also feel like I didn't actually read some of the parts that came up before. I need more water. One moment. Also want to get another one of these. Okay, let's get some more cards out, and then I'm going to drink more water after I've filled up my jug. See, there feels like there's a plan in order here. You just might not know it yet. But I feel like you sense it very strongly. I feel like you feel a sense of order too. You feel a sense of like, yep, everything is in its place. I'm in my place. It's like even if you're feeling a bit out of sorts, maybe something is more in the future than you'd like it to be. Or maybe there are energies that you're still, interesting I said the word still, protecting yourself from, or like on guard, or like resistant. What's that thing I said at the start? Something along the lines of resistance, but it was more like a protecting oneself energy than that. Did I just say on guard? On guard! I feel that energy a lot with you. And then sweet chestnut. Yeah, I feel like that's the energy you're being called into, actually. Why did I want to say actually? I feel like that was significant. Is there really just like a lot of you are listening to music right now, or you're like at a party and it's really busy and you've just like got your headphones on or something? There could be something significant about headphones, because I don't have headphones. I have earphones, but I particularly saw headphones. Maybe it's just literally that you are listening with headphones. But there's a symbolicness to this. What is this? Kaiman. I'm hearing Kai and man. Like man as in like that masculine energy that I said. We could relate that to you feeling more serious than those around you right now, or more in your masculine energy, more in that fixed energy, than maybe a more fluidity or like a more carefreeness surrounding you. And Kai in Welsh can mean to shut. I feel like some of you really wished that others would be quiet or quieter, or you may be feeling shut out. What is this about another universe? Because this fits with your home card here, because I resonate with this representing a place in another universe. And Pleiades and Hadarians with sweet sweet chestnut tree at the back. With now Korosense, and then Kaiman was at the back of the deck. And I think I want to get one sacred geometry card to go here. Then I shall drink. Oh, maybe that's significant too, like let's drink to that, like campaign. Cheers. Yachida. Oh, maybe there's something in that too. When I used to hear the Welsh phrase Iechyd da, which means good health, like you do that like cheers. Like I always heard it just like Iechyd, like one word. I didn't know it meant anything. I just thought it was like, I don't know, you just say it when you I don't know, I didn't know what it was. Could there be that around this? Some of you, this is way more of an abstract reading than I feel like I've been reading it. It's like more just a confirmation that your home is in another realm when you feel like everything you're listening to, hearing, isn't with you. And then there's a drawback to the interconnectedness of your home and you. But there's also something about how I'm showing the back of this instead of the front, which is more apparent. This part is more like I have to twist my head a bit to realize that that's home. Maybe like the outer shell. It's not that at all. I think maybe that applies a lot here, the outer shell. But I almost feel angry now. Like I've been wronged, or like I can't say that. Is that how you're feeling? Like someone isn't doing justice to home. Like I'm describing my really special place as something that isn't what it is. Like I'm saying that's an outer shell, but that's not what that means, or that's not what that is. I don't see that as an egg either. Okay. So the card we got was 11, belief. The frequency of belief supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents and a strong connection to source. There's such like a feeling of what is your source here and your own connection to your origin. Yeah, Kaiman at the back of the deck, like who are you really? Where do you really come from? And same with Koro Sense. It's like both of those have been turned into something that they weren't originally. You might be feeling like that in either way, wherever you are right now, or maybe, yeah, I think that and in any way, but some of you might relate that to like the body you're in or the planet you're on, or maybe it's more specific to within the lifetime, like the person's house you're currently having a party in, or like that kind of thing, or where you're living, that kind of thing. Maybe there's something significant about the phrase that kind of thing too. Maybe how it's like a kind of instead of a like full truth. Like I was saying with that egg, it's like even though that symbolism kind of slightly fit, it annoyed me that it wasn't on point. So you may be feeling frustrated about, it's a feeling of being misunderstood, but not strongly. I think maybe you might relate it to that, but I don't think that that's where it's really coming from. I think it's coming from a lack of feeling like you can settle into the truth, because I think you are seeing reasons why you think you can't. It's a feeling of like your brain is telling you that you need to be feeling chaotic or rushed or disrespected or less valuable, something along those lines. But in actuality, what you feel is so much love, is so much like of a letting go, like a almost sloppy falling into a jelly bed. I'm now imagining Die Dark, a manga, which could be significant for you. I mentioned that in another reading the other day. I wonder if there's anyone in this reading who's come from that and they like looked up Die Dark and they got to the jelly bed part or whatever that bed is. I haven't read it for ages. There's an integration of sorts that you're feeling called into but may be resisting out of, I think, a mental space of like attaching to some sort of chaos, maybe a Martian energy, like of conflict. Maybe you had conditions in earlier life where it led you to believe that it wasn't safe or true for you to really relax, for you to really feel like unbothered is what I'm getting, like unbothered in your place of home, in your place of peace. Like your place of supposed peace was not peaceful, and I feel like maybe then there were certain like mental criteria for getting to relax or getting to feel loved. And this whole energy is bringing you back to more of a sweetness as opposed to a resistance. Like this is the sweet chestnut that you can eat and that is all cozy and tasty and nourishing, as opposed to the conker's tree of the horse chestnut, which is more about like deflecting or reflecting a resistance energy. This is like the feminine version, sweet chestnut, and then the masculine is the horse chestnut. And I think you're falling into more of a feminine energy. Maybe more of your heart. And soul wants to pop out. What's this one too? Synergy. Yeah, it's like connecting to an energy of heart and soul during or within a space that is like trying to tell your mind that that's not possible or okay. Maybe for some of you, like consciously trying to, but I was getting more like energetically trying, just from your own resonance with that, from your body's ancestral line, your body's upbringing, formative years of growth, understanding safety in a way that isn't true to yourself, isn't true to love, let's say, in this particular reading. There's something about the phrasing I've got into, or the way of speaking. It does feel like more of this allowance energy. Okay, I will stop playing around with that deck on the side now. Yeah, it's a feeling of really settling into yourself and not needing to find proof of why it's okay for you to feel fully loved in this very moment. For some of you, falling into that creates ripples of like letting go. For others of you, it just really changes the way you're perceiving. But I kind of wanted to say perceived too. I'm not sure that will apply for everyone, but I was seeing that quite strongly for some. That synergy energy that popped up is really reminding me of another universe too, because it just feels like a whole different reality is what you're feeling drawn towards. A whole other way of living, a whole other perspective. And it feels like it takes, how do I say this? It's like it takes guts. It takes you deciding that you are worth that energy of love. It's a feeling, I think, that's quite associated with, like, despite what your brain is trying to tell you, or despite what maybe others in your surroundings are trying to tell you, you deciding that you can connect, or you can feel your own way through life. You can do what feels best for you. It's a very loving and healing energy. I want to say guiding energy, but it doesn't feel like it may be the typical way of that guiding. But I think that, I don't know, that word really, really fits for some. And I'm getting past slifey imagery from it. Oh, tasty. Dark blue energy. Quite magical feeling. I love that. Often I'll tie the word magical with the colour purple, but this time seeing it as dark blue, that's my favourite. It's reminding me of a particular, I want to say, collective within a story of mine. I have a plan to create a deck for this collective, but I haven't yet, and I really want to. That feels significant here. Maybe it is a feeling of feeling shut out from that which you love. And bringing in more of a recognition that it's like, yes, you are trapped out from the place you are, but when you really, really fall deeper, like that sloppy into the jelly bed energy, when you fall deeper into, I don't want to say into anything, because it's just like into that feeling of home for you, of who you really are, falling deeper into like a core origin. That is what allows you to not feel out of place, or like you're separated from that which you love, or that you aren't home. There's a feeling of such home that comes when you allow yourself to fall into that home. Okay, let's get a couple bird cards to maybe give a bit more direction with that, because I sense one energy of like, okay, sounds nice, how do I do that? And I think the main message I want to give for that is like watch and see it happen. Watch your life bit by bit show you who you are more and more, and see how you let go of that which isn't true for you, and seeing your own home like birth before your own eyes, or maybe the opposite of before, but or maybe seeing that word before, like more like in the past, like before your eyes. Like before your eyes were created, where were they created from? When you look in your eyes, where, like, you know how lots of people say eyes are the windows to the soul, or the portal to the soul? It's like, where do those eyes lead? Where do they lead back to? I'm watching those eyes of yours lead you back to those eyes of yours. I like that. I kind of like that. Watching your eyes lead you back to your own eyes. Okay, this card. Puffin! I love Puffin. Oh, I love that it's the 3 puffins. Which is interesting because often I would be like, oh, I like the other puffins. I have another puffin card in here, which are just 2 and they're like touching. But this 3, I don't know, it just fits so much here. I'll get at why. The first message is like, look at right now, look at what isn't fitting. Also, something about friendship could be strong here. What your own ideas of friendship is, and aligning yourself to that. It's like, it's a feeling of like a big recalibration of, okay, what is the feeling of home and what am I not living in accordance with that? What isn't fitting that? And swiping it and flicking it and saying, I love you, and then pushing it off a cliff. But it's fine, it's like into like a tropical river. Full of beautiful fishies. It's just not your river. Your river is on the other side. I'm actually going to leave your reading there. That's so sudden and so weird, but yes. Okay, pile number 2. I love you very much. I'll see you in another if I do, or maybe I'll see you in the river if you end up pushing me in it. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Oh, wow. I feel kind of drawn to putting this card in here now. That's kind of life-changing to me. Oh, that's quite emotional. Oh, okay. That's so cool. Because, like I said, that card, it has a representation of home for me. And having that in the deck is really like, it's not just like on an altar kind of feeling. I don't really create altars, but maybe I do, but I don't like the word altar. So, or like the concept of it, or I don't know, I just have a personal connection that, okay, I don't know even why I'm saying this. It's like creating more resistance, and I don't feel that. And I think that's what you're experiencing too. It's like a resistance that doesn't really need to be there. Okay, yeah, it's a feeling of like, instead of that card just being like beside me, always like looking at it, or I don't know, just being out of the group. Now it's like, it's not my focus, but it's like flowing through all of my life now. It's a part of the gang. It does stick out. Yeah, it still sticks out, but I'm not gonna cut it because it's perfect as it is. Oh, now it doesn't. Does it stick out? Not really. It's like my mind thinks it does, maybe, but there are others that kind of stick out as much. Not really. It does definitely stick out. Okay. I still love it there. Maybe I'll end up taking it out, but I don't know. It just so fits the reading, at least here, of a feeling of like integrating home. Not just being able to see the energy, but really experiencing it in, I'm wanting to say like everyday life. I don't fully know if that will resonate with all of you, everyday life part. Okay, there we go. Sloppy, that energy fits with Yui too. I didn't end up drinking my water after all. Okay, I'm gonna put my scrunchie away, your crystal away. What was your other item? I feel like, oh right, it was the card. I was just about to say, like, I feel like it was a really big part. I wasn't actually gonna say those words, I had forgotten what I was gonna say. Or I hadn't formed the words. I don't remember. And I brought my Labradorite. I will have some frozen berries later. Not strawberries. Oh wait, I meant to say not grapes. Why not strawberries? I want strawberries. Yes to strawberries. There could be a sense of you saying no to the thing that is actually a yes, which is just what all of that was. That feeling of resistance to that which you're actually wanting. The power is with you, it's not outside of you. Well, it's outside of you if you want it to be. / it's outside of you just as much as it's inside of you. Okay. So let life guide you and let you guide you. Because you are life, and life is you. Bah! I'm a sheep. Okay. Is pile 3 gonna have this energeticness? Because I feel like the energy flooded through after I've kind of finished pile 2. Ah! I need to scream like a wild child. Wild child. Is that all wild thing? Brum brum brum. What's that from? I'm seeing barnyard, but I can't think of. I don't think this is actually a part of it that I'm kind of thinking of. Ah, don't back down. Is that what that song is called? Won't Back Down. By Johnny Cash. I know that. I think. I love that. I know that. I think. Oh, that did a nice shuffle, but I wasn't looking down. I was looking outside my window. Smoke. Oh, something really cozy. It's almost like it feels like autumn or winter, but it's not. Oh, this is such like a family feeling. I love this. Oh, there's such like a collective togetherness. I love this. Gotta love a bit of energy. I feel like I've not been in this energy of play for a while. And I just want to sing. Yippee-ki-yay! Wasn't expecting to say that. Get in here, pile number 1. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. I love a good reading. I love a good reading of 3. That kind of made it sound like I was saying of 3, but I was trying to say or 3? No. Wait. Did I just have 2 different perspectives of the word of? And so I thought that they were 2 different words, but they were just the same. Welcome in, pile 3. Maybe something about 2 different perspectives. Oh, this is just making me think of pile 2's thing. Oh, now I'm... Okay, there's a passion here. Because I feel like I have the messages. I was in a really excited energy, and now I feel like I have a purpose. Are you in that? It's like the like a lightness gets turned into like a invigoration. Ooh, cool. Cool. I'm gonna enjoy this reading, I think. Okay, so what I was saying is not important. I got out the important parts. Let's get some cards. I don't know what this is about the golden secondary item reflecting the golden primary item on the left and right. It's like I would have thought that I'd put the main guy on the left, but I didn't. And I'm even in a moment right now of really questioning, wait, which one was the main one? Ooh. Monkeys could be significant. I say that laughing, but it's true. Could be true. Depends on you. Owls too. AKA a goody who. Did I say who already, or is that a new rhyme? A new word? This one. I like this one. something about sentimentality could be strong here. And seeing a new type of vibration, that word is being brought to my attention. Is there something being brought to your attention? Well, this can go all the way up there. Okay. Okay. I didn't mean to say that. Back of the deck. Love a good this guy. I think there's something that flows from pile 2 quite strongly into your reading. I kind of want to throw everything everywhere. Instead of throwing everything like away though, it's more like throwing everything into the picture. You might be in like a brainstorming session, or that could be an interesting energy surrounding this. This might be to do with a brainstorming session you've had or want to have. I'm wanting to move my candle to the left further now. So there could also be something about pile 1 too. And maybe if there's not those things directly, it's like an energy of still drawing in lots of information or lots of synchronicities, lots of parts from different directions into the center. I think there's also a strong sense of like a grounding power or recognizing your own influence, but I'm wanting to say in like a specific area, like your own area of expertise is being highlighted, it feels. Okay, so we have Orphala, which feels quite like that a grounding authority energy, because it's recognizing a sense of completion you've come to. In like, that's what expertise is, right? It's a sense of being far along the journey in a particular area. That's what I'm saying here, at least. And interesting that I'm wanting to put the 2 runes like in kind of spot 1 and 3 and skipping the middle. And it's kind of more like drawing it up. There already is like bits from everywhere here. Maybe this is already making sense for you, but I also kind of want to say there's at least the energy of this won't make sense until later. So you might be getting puzzle pieces from certain areas but not knowing what they're for yet, or like still being in the like untangling process. I think that word untangling could really fit for you too. Okay, then we have Kenaz. I think I want one more. Okay, this is interesting. It's like the old is being birthed, or what was that laptop ping? Okay. Yeah, I think the old is starting something new and creating ripple effects. I think there are different, it's like, I kind of want to say there are 2 different messages coming through. It's like one of them is on your level and one of them is like about your life or about something to do with you, but it's not about you. It's about maybe a creation of yours or a partnership you're in, or I guess I was thinking a romantic partner, but it could be like a business partnership or friendship partnership or any other kind of partnerships. I'm thinking now of like pets, animal companions. Okay, we've got the 4 runes. I actually kind of want to get one. Those are maybe 4 elements, or I don't know. It's like describing a tale of sorts, but then the center. Okay. Tiwa's in the middle. To describe it all, the one. Okay, full stop. And there's something about, I'm seeing, what is that? It's an old storybook, an old like children's book. The porridge pot, like the overflowing porridge pot, something like that. It's like, I feel like there wasn't much porridge, there wasn't much food or something, and then someone maybe found magic and magicked this porridge, and then it started like grow the porridge, but then it grew it so much that it started overflowing over the pot, and then it started like filling the room and then filling the house, and then it was like flooding through the entire village. And we have Fehu at the end, which is like so much abundance. So one trail of thought, I'm going to call it a thought. It definitely might not be a thought, but you might be able to process it in that way or reflect it that might just make sense. One trail of thought is Kenaz and Fehu, which is a guiding light of fulfillment. It's like a sense of inspiring wholeness, inspiring that which can be profitable, guiding, inspiration turned profit. It kind of is giving like that. This Kenaz is the rune, the flame that then lit the porridge to create an overflow, like so much you don't know what to do with it. And this card here reminds me of a gift. An overflow of the resource that you deem as valuable, or if this is more other people, it's like the resource that they deem as valuable. Like showing the way of fill in the blank. I feel like your part in this is very much like the connectivity part. It's drawing the lines from one place to another. It could have to do with technology or across certain platforms or certain like lenses of life. Like for some of you, it's like on the internet. Some of you, it's like across the globe in other ways. Others of you, it could be across dimensions or planets. Take it however, like extraterrestrially you want to. Or however like expansive you want to. Maybe some of you, it's more like within your family or within your community. And maybe that community is one that is very close by, or maybe it is very spread out. I think you'll know your situation. But there's a sense of you having come to the end of something, and that end is now birthing something new, or you're birthing that end. Okay, there's so much lightness here, and it's the best, and I think you're like expanding that best. It's like you have this pot of porridge. Maybe pots of gold is significant. Fairy tales also could be significant. Or like a sense of nostalgia around this. This could have been like a long time coming. There's such like a fertile energy here. Interesting. Okay, I think I'll get back to that message I was saying, but I'm noticing how I had kind of read these all flip-flopped. It's like I said that I was seeing these two as your part, and then these two, or I hadn't really read this one, but I'd read this last one as more of like the gift. Or the, yeah, I'll say that. But the higher ones are the ones that I was seeing as more the creation or the partnership, or that which is somehow a different part of you, or a different connection related to you, or something along those lines. And for some of you, it's just like 4 different aspects. Some of you, it's not like 1 and 2 or 1 and 1. It's multiple. Yeah, there's confusion here, but I don't think, maybe that is you, but I'm not really reading it like that yet. I'm seeing it more like, okay, there are lots of different situations here and I don't really know how to read it. Or I just can't see it. There's just like something so specific here. I think you know exactly what it's on about. But the fact that I'm in this and expressing this makes me think some of you are like, wait, is it this or is it this? Well, I just got quite a strong, like, it's both. And for some of you, definitely not all, I want to say, but if it resonates, it will really resonate. Some of you, it's neither. It's nothing, and you won't be able to put this to anything, but this reading is completely for you. And with that, it was like a very soulful me energy. I don't know how to say that other than it's like, you'll know feeling. Quite a, yes, dark, but even the word livid is coming to mind. maybe liver. That's reminding me of the Kenaz rune. It's like a feeling of like the space before the fire. Oh, that's making me think of, who was the god who... Prometheus, that's what I'm thinking of. Prometheus could be significant. Okay. I'm gonna drink some water and then continue. I think I'll get some character cards. Oh, there's so something... This card is really drawing my attention, but I don't know what to say about it. I love all 4 of these cards in this moment. And what I'm wanting to say particularly is I love how they work together. I love them all together in this reading. It's like you know how well things click into place. I'm seeing a treble clef in this. That could be a key. Like a key, like a note for some of you. Also, maybe gremlin laughs. Okay, we have Kaiman. Maybe only 2 cards of this deck. And Thingy. Thingy, Photo Sensor. Also, I'm noting the way I say sensei is less of like an E and like more of like a E. Like sensei as opposed to sensei. Say, speaking could be significant. Or say use could be significant. Or that's a feeling of what do I want to say with that? Say, speaking, communication could be very important here. Or like words being seen, or things being seen or said. Something about the word equivalent too, or there's a really scientific term that sounds like that, but I don't know it. Equivalator, equatorial, equilibrium, equisitator, exponential. Okay, someone got something from that. I want to use some number cards now. I'm trying to find them. Where have they gone? Oh, there they are. It's like a feeling of you're drawing yourself back to the start, or maybe that drawing board is important too. Yeah, it's something about the basics. 29. Yeah, interesting how that 29 popped out in this placement, but then I brought it back to the start. I think you're leading perhaps those younger than you, or perhaps those like I kind of want to say like emotionally younger or spiritually younger or mentally younger to the beginning. It's like you're the 9 and then you're connecting that 9 to others. Some of you, this isn't about like, I'm just seeing this maybe too strongly like helping others or helping a collective, but that's not applicable for everyone. I'll get there. Is that a part of this too? Like getting others there or getting yourself there. Again, I want to note just hello to those of you that I said about that, like the few of you who this isn't about anything. This is just an energy coming through for you, that dark energy. Or the ones that this was, I don't know, you'll know if it's you. And interesting, it's like I'm not even saying anything to you. I'm just saying I see you. And I think that that is all this reading is for you. I don't know how or why. But, and I think this all energy floods in for everyone, all of you, of a sense of not understanding the fullness of something, and maybe not even resonating with the surface level of it, or with like a lot of it, but it's still so for you. It's like the core. It's like you see the core, and nothing that like gets expressed out from that core needs to be like relating directly to you. But it's like you can't help but have it relate to you. You can't help but feel the resonance. One, 2, and 3. Will we get 4 for Fehu? Some of you might want to look at where your Victoria is, as an asteroid, is in your chart, or in the chart of whatever this is surrounding for you. And the final number is 111. Okay. The color green could be significant for the end, and orange for the beginning, or brown. And back of the deck is the blank card. Blank, blank, blank on both sides. I'm blank. I can't help but think, after I said that, I'm blank, like I'm like blanc, or that's white. And in French, right? Or in something. I feel like it means white. And yes, my name does mean white. I am white. What is that? Because I felt a weird energy. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I can't move on to the next thing until I've said this thing on my mind. And this time it felt like a yes and no to that. It felt like a half. And that feels like all of this. It feels like something you're so a part of, and yet it's like there's a lack of resonance with it somehow. And not in like a normal way, I want to say. Not in like a you're apart from something that you love, and so you're interconnected with it all the time, and yet you're also like at a distance. It's not that kind of way. I love that energy. Don't know why I'm saying it in like a blah 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 kind of way. Flow blah blah. Oh, Red Bull could be significant. That's, I'm being drawn to how like Red Bull, isn't that like on a blue can? Okay. It was just a feeling of like, it's not all gonna click, because it's not meant to click, because you have Othala, one of the final or the final rune, at the start. So anything that comes after that, it doesn't really matter. Or it will all resonate, but it will also all just be like, I'm saying in this moment, it will just be singular threads of expression of that one energy, which includes all of them. Okay, an example that's coming to mind is connecting with like 5 people, for example, that have received a creation of yours. But that creation of yours, when you connect to the creation, you feel how it connects to everyone that it reaches, for example, 50 people. And so it's like, while yes, each individual of those 5 you connect with like more closely, you feel like a thread of them representing or just within that creation. When you connect to the creation itself, it's like you feel them and the 45 others. So there's a feeling of like, yes, everything resonating, but also you had that from the start. Or like, it's like a drawing everything back to you and your core. to the, I'm wanting to say like to the nut beneath the shell. It's like you can explore the shell as much as you want, and it's like a wonderful exploration, and you're exploring the shell and how to open it, or all that this shell is that represents the like external of then the nut inside. But it's like maybe the exploration is just showing you more of what you already knew to be the center. Those words don't fit for everyone, but I think again it's the same message of but the energy does. There's a feeling of success that floods through all of this. Yeah, it's a feeling of success and fulfillment, and yet there's like a very keen or acute awareness of how you had always felt that. It's like it's not, even though it might present itself as new, it's not new to you. It could be something about a white t-shirt. I just got really drawn into the white shirt that Koro-sensei is wearing. Not sure why. And I don't need to know why. It does have meaning, but I also don't need to know why it has meaning or what the meaning is to really have already integrated the knowing. I'm being really drawn to my cactus. I'm going to bring it in for a moment. Okay, there's something about where this comes from. This guy is, I'm going to say he's my favorite cactus, my favorite plant. And oh, there's 3 elements to this, I think. So first of all, this guy, I've had him for a very long time. When I was a small little young one, I got given 2 like baby cacti from like someone's parent coming in to do like a show and tell kind of thing, or like teaching us things, or just talking about his job, or I don't know, but he was a gardener, or I don't even know. But he grew cacti and he gave us all a couple like baby cacti. And this was in like a club, Boys and Girls Brigade. BB. Why is my mind going blank at that? Is that important? Oh, or some parts of the, what's that called? Not feathers, not dust. Dirt has come off. Okay, maybe a part to note is that it wasn't always called Boys and Girls Brigade. It just started off as Boys Brigade. And I enjoyed being able to say that I was part of Boys Brigade and being like, haha, I even though I'm a girl. So, and even when it turned to, and we'd always call it BB. And so when it changed to Boys and Girls Brigade, we still called it BB, even though it was also now inclusive of girls, like in the title. We didn't call it like BGB or BAGB. And that feels relevant here because of like I forgot, it's like I could see it. Yeah, it's like even when it does include girls in it, I just still call it BB. And if you're from PAL too, that fits with the message I was trying to say about going from Renka to Renchon and then realizing, but the actual name being Renge. It's like Renchon represents both the Renge and Renka, which Renka is not actually the real name of that character. Okay, but I got to the Tiwaz, the success anyway. I got to the Renchon, even though it was from the wrong place. It fits with that. I don't know how yet. Is that the main thing to say? Anyway, this guy who was a tiny little guy, and his other buddy is is this one. They were in the same pot for ages, but they grew too big. I didn't have a big pot, or maybe I just didn't want them in the same pot. But they're best buds, and they have loads of babies. I'm wanting to say something along the lines of, I don't know if this is true, but yeah, I don't think this is true, but I'm wanting to say it, that they have children in a house that I'm not living in. Like they have children elsewhere. Actually, that might be true. I feel like I've given a couple to others. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so that was one part of this. Then another part of this, which feels like there could be so much about like nostalgia or the past, because this Othala rune talks about ancestry, and it's at the beginning of your pile. Then there's something about like the pot that this is in. It's like, I think maybe also in that same group, Boys and Girls Brigade, which is, of those of you who, maybe everyone, that I didn't explain, that's like a Scouts, or Rainbows, or what the other ones are called. Like a club that's like Scouts. Okay. Yeah, this pot, or I feel like also in that club I painted or like drew. I don't remember what was in there at the time, but then later I found it in this house and was like, oh, maybe not in this house, maybe, I don't know. I don't know what the meaning of all this is, but that feels significant. Like it's something, it's like a really nostalgic pot somehow. Jar. Okay. Maybe from my past. Like I feel like this has to do with the past. And maybe a different version of self, because those were like, it feels like a whole other lifetime. Like my name was different then too. Like I'm Anwen now. I am Anwen. Oh, I kind of relate my name to being Anwen. Whereas at the time my name was Beth or Bethan. Okay. And then the final thing is this crocheted cozy? What do you call that? I don't know, casing thing, which feels like that nut. The nut shell, outer shell. It's like, even though I know that beneath this shell is that jar that is also nostalgic, it's like the outside is making it so I don't actually see that. But I know it's under there, and it makes it feel more valuable because of that. Anyway, this crocheted pot I made like ages ago too, because I was into crocheting when I was small. And there's something about me maybe like finding it. Like when I moved into the house with my mum here, I found this pot I had made in earlier life, and then using that felt special, even though maybe often I wouldn't like that feeling, because usually I'm more of like a get rid of the past. Okay, so take those messages, or don't. Can I interpret more of that? I can't see it, so I guess those of you that resonated for, you'll apply it yourselves. I think that might be it for the reading. All the dirt. I love dirt. Yeah, there's something so like dirt-like in this. It's a feeling of abundance and value, and like grounding something and feeling like one or together with something. Also, I really noted the roots when I showed that. I haven't like looked at the pot for a while. It hasn't been in that pot for too long, but I really noted the roots then. I was like, whoa, that's so cool. Apply that too. Okay, I think I'm going to put these away. Those of you who want to leave, bye-bye. But I think I will stick around for a bit longer afterwards, but maybe more casually. I don't know. it really is a feeling of like, I feel like I have to reset now. And I feel like I haven't said anything about golden energy enough. It felt like a particular thing. This, oh, and that dirt also, and roots, this, and the core. This shell I relate to like a golden core in the center of Earth. And it feels so blissful. It feels so connecting. And like when I feel into that energy more, I fall like more deeply in love with this planet. Maybe I want to say more of like a remembrance of my love of this planet. And that being one and the same as falling in love with it. Like just a, I remember how much I love you. And still that feels like a grounding into that. I feel like I want to keep those runes out, actually. And clear my throat, but maybe not yet. That's such a weird thing. To be like, I'll clear my throat, but not yet. It's like saying, like, I think I'm gonna sneeze, but in like 5 minutes. Maybe that essence really applies for you. Maybe you can see that. I just saw it again, or like another expression of how that could apply. And maybe that's relevant for all of you too, like seeing another reflection of how it applies, or seeing the different kinds of correlations it has. And yet always coming back to like the core feeling of like already knowing that, or like that being the purpose all along, something like that. I'm getting the example of naming a baby, and then and having like an awareness surrounding what that name means, symbolizes to many people, I guess, depending on how you define symbolizes and stuff. Oh, I'm overcomplicating these now. You name a baby, and you know what that name means, and then as the child becomes more expressive, you see just how much through their actions they reflect that name, and you're like, wow, yeah, that their name really does fit them. And it's like, yeah, you named them that. Or it's just like a feeling of seeing the fruits of that which you sowed the seed of. Words were a bit of a trail then, didn't feel direct like a line, so that could be significant here too. I think I did say something along the lines of this could have been a long time coming. Okay, let's brush this dirt off into the distance. Birdies, let's keep the window open. The sheepy is just munching. Oh, hello. He's looking at me. She's looking at me. Now he's eating again. Oh yeah, when he turned to look at me, he stopped eating. Oh, those eyes. I love love. I love connection. When I said that, he did like a deep breath out, like a He stopped eating again. Now his attention's elsewhere, kind of. Yes. Okay, now I sit down. Cool, where are we? Oh, I had intended to light this incense at some point during the reading, and now I shall do it. I thought it was going to be in an earlier part, but I quite like that it's at this part. This part. I love today. I love these readings. These are the best. I love life. Did you see what connecting to sheep does to me? Life is bliss. Oh, Oh, phew, 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 phew. Do you want to be able to see the incense burning? I quite like doing that. It's a behind the scenes feeling. I love behind the scenes. Okay. There is such a feeling of like at long last. And even if you're not at that part, it's a feeling of like you're connected to that part. I want to do some sound. Let's get more cards. This is a total full-blown pile. 3.5. 3.5. 4, 3, and 5. Arcturians. Arcturians. Circle and elementals. I feel drawn to saying circle is a cross between source and the normal sea circle. And back of the deck is Mintaka. And in this moment I'm wanting to say that feels like a sense of... I was going to say home, that's what I was thinking, but didn't really want to say. It's like half home. Why does that feel fitting here? Half home. Which is interesting because you got like the victory Tewaz in the halfway point. So I wonder if you're and if you see it like an arrow, it could just be like on the maps, it's like you are here. It's like you are here. You're halfway. Okay, Arcturian circle are elementals. But I want to get an animal card of 5 too. Why 5? Did I say 5 in the reading the other day too? I think I did. I keep noting as of late, I keep talking about other readings or like about my past too. It just feels weird. There's an influx of weavings surrounding certain pods of plundering energies. Plundering pools. What does plundering mean? Plunder. Plundering. Panda. Maybe I was trying to say plandering. Pandering. Who's plundering around? That's a lot. Not gonna keep ya. They threw a fit when I was like, not gonna get them. We'll look. We'll look at you then. Actually, I wasn't even gonna look at these guys, and I'm still not. I feel in a wonky energy here. Okay, so we have Wolverine, Raven, Polar Bear, Detachment, Tears, Beach. Beach, I want to say the word becoming. Chippichi Garnet Boy, Reality, and Honey Badger. Oh, actually, and Grasshopper, Free Flow, and ending on Magpie. But showing Dolphin. Something about how I covered some of that. Cover. Take cover. Could that be something about this? Some of you, that might be a direct correlation to something from your past. And you're processing that. There's a healing going on surrounding that. Maybe having to do with your own... sense of like independence is what I'm wanting to say. It's like something very correlating to the self. I think that's how you might relate to it. Or maybe something surrounding like particular conflict with others, or particular like pain points or trauma points with others. Okay. I actually don't want to read this and say that's the reading it. That's the reading it. Yeah, okay, that's it for the reading. Love ya. See ya. Bye.